And welcome everybody to Pulp Audio, the show where middle-aged geeks get together and talk about crap they like. I'm Wesley.
I'm Bob.
I'm Sam.
I played Deep Sky Derelicts. This is a game I've owned for over a year. It was on, whatever you call it, early access.
Okay.
And I bought it because it was recommended to me by Steam because I enjoyed Darkest Dungeon. And I'm like, hey, I like Darkest Dungeon, so what's this about? It's a lot like Darkest Dungeon in theme and in feeling, except for its space. You go onto these ships that are hulks that are like left over from some war or something, and you scavenge parts and crap off of them, fight aliens and other scavengers, and then bring the stuff back, sell it, and buy better gear to go to a better hulk later and repeat until whatever. The fighting mechanic, though, is not collectible. It's card game, though. Okay. The fighting mechanic, you get your people have a deck of cards. Each one of the characters has a deck of cards that they get 4 or 5 of them, and then those are the abilities they can use. They get to draw a card at the beginning of every turn, etc. There's no Magic the Gathering kind of mechanics to it. There's no. It's literally you get a card that says you can shoot this dude. You can just play that card and shoot the dude, and that's it. There's never any draw 2 cards or things like that. There's a little bit of that. There's like a reload option that you can draw 2 cards and then discard 1 and things like that. But it's super light. There's no interrupts or anything like that.
Deck management is not a huge part of the game.
No, it kind of is.
Okay.
Because your people come with a deck. And they, like, a mercenary will have the mercenary deck, a scavenger will have the scavenger deck, a medic will have the medic deck, and then when you find a tool on a ship that's like, a gun or a personal force shield or something like that, it will come with some cards that you have to put in your deck. They just go in your deck, and it'll also come with abilities like 50% damage reduction, things like that, or 20% chance of taking no damage, etc. So you sometimes have to weigh, like, do I really like the ability, but I'm not very hot on the cards, and they're going to kind of salt my deck a bit with crappy cards. Do I really want to take this thing that's going to make me better and worse? Or it'll have great cards, but I have to throw away this thing that has a really great ability in order to put that in that ability slot. So you get that back and forth going, and I like that. I like that kind of thing, and I like the card aspect of it as well in these kind of games. And then in addition to that, it has the style of sort of a comic book. Like when you fight, it actually puts up a panel of your person shooting, and then a panel of the alien getting hit by the shot.
Oh, cool.
So it's sort of 50s. Sci-fi sort of thing. So it's like everyone's in these crazy spaces with big bulbous heads and things like that, and the aliens are all, like lizard people and things like that. So I like that kind of feel to it. So it's a cool feel. And there's sort of a plot. I haven't gotten far enough in the game to really know the plot, but the basic idea of the plot is there's this guy who wants stuff out of these derelicts, and you don't quite know why he wants the stuff out of the derelicts, but he's sending you in there to find the stuff and bring it back. And he's not just sending you, he's sending like 50 different people around. So you meet the people who he sent as well, and they don't want you to get it because they want the money for getting it, so they'll try to kill you. So you're fighting the people who also work for this other guy as you're going. And so I barely started playing it because it just went out of early access now. When I played it the first time, it was super new, and like they had like a ship that you could go to and play for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty good, but I'm gonna wait. I don't want to do this like I did with Kerbal Space Program, where every new version I just played the fuck out of it and then sucked it up, and then I'm waiting for the new version to come out. I wanted to like get the full experience of this thing. So it just came out, and I played it. Probably I don't even think I put 10 hours into it, and I had a really good time, and I lost. And this is another one of these games. Another thing I like about games like this is when you lose, and you start over from scratch with a brand new team, and you go out there and you do the missions from scratch again. And I like that kind of thing. I like the permanent loss, because when you're playing that permanent loss and you're out there on that ship and you have to decide, do I go one more square or do I turn tail and run and go home? Like, if you're going to completely wipe your whole team and start over from scratch, you think about that a little bit more when you're playing. So I like that kind of thing. So I like this game, and it's good, and I could see playing this game a lot this winter. This might be my Darkest Dungeon And you remember Darkest Dungeon.
I do.
When I played it for about a year.
I was always intrigued by the Darkest Dungeon gameplay, and this now is Darkest Dungeon gameplay with a theme that more interests me.
With a theme that interests you more. I will say, it's really hard not to recommend Darkest Dungeon to anyone.
Sure.
Darkest Dungeon, the bonus of Darkest Dungeon was the stress mechanic, where your people will literally go insane in this game, and you just deal with it. You have to. Now you're insane, and I have to keep going because we're way in this dungeon, and you're going to be a gibbering idiot for the rest of the time. But you can still fight, so let's go. And this game has none of that, sadly.
Okay.
Sadly and not sadly, because it's nice to have a different type of game.
Sure.
But Darkest Dungeon did the what was that writer? The horrors. He was a big horror writer who had the big tentacle god.
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu, thank you. What was his name?
Oh, God. H.P. Lovecraft.
H.P. Lovecraft, yes. It's basically H.P. Lovecraft, the video game, is Darkest Dungeon. This is more that 50s sci-fi, gritty, dirty, everyone's a mercenary, and, you can't trust anybody except for the people on your team, and go.
And not even them, maybe?
No, you basically can.
Yeah,
because you are them. You're literally controlling them. So there's never any. It's like RimWorld, where like the guy whose eye you tried to take out when he was a prisoner, then you decided, no, I'm not going to take your eye. I'm gonna recruit you because you're such a good medic, and you can take out the next guy's eye. As soon as he's on your team, he doesn't care that you tried to take his eye, and so it's like that in this. There's no subterfuge within the team whatsoever. Right. So, but everyone else, you don't know what's going to happen with everybody else in this game. So yeah, Deep Sky Derelicts, I really like it.
I just looked it up. I like that it plays on Linux.
Yeah, it plays on Linux. It's on Steam. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes on sale come the Black Friday time.
It's $19.99 right now, which is kind of just above where I want to try it.
It's definitely worth $19.99.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
It's definitely a $20 game. But
I was going to put it on my watch list and see if it drops.
I really wouldn't be surprised because that whole Black Friday thing's coming up pretty soon. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised at all, especially because it's so new that they're going to want to get in front of that the sales there. So.
Yeah, so I'm going to add that to my list because I am intrigued by this one.
Yeah, it is quite fun. So yeah, Deep Sky Derelicts, it's not one I'm going to play on YouTube because it doesn't really flow well for that kind of thing, I don't think. Darkest Dungeon flowed better on YouTube.
Okay.
So yeah, Deep Sky Derelicts. I liked it. And that's it. If you want to send us an email like Crazy Nutso did, you can send an email to pulpaudioweekly@gmail.com.
Or you can call us on the YAK line. That's 216-YAK-GAMES or 216-925-4263.
7. Or you could send us a tweet on Twitter at pulpaudio.com.
And if you want to check us out on YouTube, go to HMV Plays on YouTube and look for us there. And my other stuff too.
And we have a website at pulpaudio.com.
And until next time, I'm Wesley.
I'm Bob.
I'm Sam.
And all together we are
Pulp Audio.